Making a tres leches cake for my wife for her birthday. First I took the eggs and beat them up a little bit, and then I sprinkled the sugar in slowly to get it a little fluffy. And then I sifted some salt, baking powder, and flour for our base. Just add a little bit of my homemade vanilla into the egg and sugar mixture. We're going to take about 4 ounces of butter and melt it down for a half cup. This butter is a grass-fed butter. Just adds so much more flavor to things you're cooking and baking. Okay, we've got our half cup of grass-fed melted butter. We're going to go ahead and put it into our vanilla, sugar, and egg mixture here. Always remember though, if you're going to put melted butter in your cake mixes, let them cool just slightly before you throw it in there. The reason you want to make sure when you melt your butter that you add it when it's cooled is, see those bubbles there? If you don't see those bubbles and they're flattened, it means you're going to have a flat cake. So make sure you just take the patience to let that butter cool down before you add it into your mixture. Okay, we're going to pour our cake batter into the pan here. As you can see, I have buttered it up. I'm going to start pouring in our batter. Also, one thing to remember is you can use a boxed cake for this, but if you really stop and take the time and look at the ingredients in a cake box mixture, you can actually make it at home. Most of the ingredients there in your home will help you make a fresh cake, and it really doesn't take that long. Okay, we're gonna put our cake in the oven at 325 for about 20 minutes. For my beautiful wife, when she asked for her tres leches cake, she wanted a strawberry cake. I'm going to do a little something different though. Here I have 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 can of condensed milk, and 1 cup of heavy cream. I also put a little rum in there for some extra taste. And I'm going to go ahead and put some strawberries in instead of putting it in the cake batter itself. I'm going to put it in the milk and let it cook together. Make almost like a strawberry milk to pour over the top of it. Okay, our cake looks to be done here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the toothpick test. I always try one spot, nice and clean. Let's do one more spot here. Nice and clean. We have a done cake. While our milk finishes up, we're going to go ahead and start getting our holes into our cake. So when we pour that tres leches on there, it just soaks right down in. Make sure you get everywhere. Don't be shy with getting it in. That way every bite has that nice flavorful triple melt going in there. Okay, as you can see, our tres leches with the strawberries and rum in it is starting to boil. So we're going to shut that off and just let it sit and simmer for a little bit. Let those strawberry flavor get in there just a little bit more. Okay, we've got our milk mixture with strawberries and rum on the cake, and right now we're just going to let it soak in for a little bit. And if we have some room, we'll pour some more on top. One thing to help my whipped cream kind of stay a little bit longer, especially when I use it as a frosting, is to put some cream of tartar in it. Not a bunch, just a little bit, helps stiffen it up, keeps it firm. My wife's tres leches cake's all done and decorated. Just so you know, I'm not a decorator, I'm all about flavor. So, it's kind of a mess, but it'll be delicious. I put a little caster sugar on top of it too to sweeten them up.